It's quiz time. Welcome to BusinessLine Cerebration 2021, one of India's premier corporate quiz championship in its exciting 18th edition. This time in a completely virtual format. In its preliminary rounds that lasted a week, over 6,000 corporate executives, business professionals, B-school students, and MBA aspirants participated from all across the country. We already have completed one regional round, have identified our first national finalist, and now in our second of 6 regional rounds, we have 6 shining bright quizzers. They're all set to showcase their knowledge and stand a chance to win the most coveted intellectual title and take home prize money worth rupees 1.5 lakhs. There's first prize of rupees 75,000, second prize of rupees 50,000, and third of rupees 25,000. That sounds amazing, doesn't it? But who's going to compete for these prizes? Let's welcome our participants. As participant number 1, Jameer KB from QCollective Knowledge Solutions. As participant number 2, Siddharth Raut from Kantar Analytics. Then as participant number 3, Anand Kumar from SAIL Durgapur. As participant number 4 is Gisjon Sebastian, who's an advocate practicing independently. As participant number 5 is Sharat Chandra from Optisol Business Solutions. And finally, completing the lineup, Amrut Ibrahim from Federal Bank. Welcome each one of you. The competition will chug along over the week as the top 6 qualifiers from each region compete in a live online quiz to reach the national finals. We began the regional round with Chennai, and now we're here at Kochi, which will be followed by Hyderabad, Bengaluru, Delhi, and finally calling it a day for the regional rounds with Mumbai. At this point, I'd like to welcome on stage Mr. Raghuveer Srinivasan, the editor of BusinessLine, to please address us and just declare open the second of our 6 regional finals here at Kochi. So please.
Hello, everyone. BusinessLine is a newspaper known for its thought leadership. It is read by decision makers, policy makers, CEOs, CXOs, and the high profile readership that it has. We have an annual event called Cerebration, BusinessLine Cerebration Quiz. It is well known in the quizzing circles, and quiz aficionados have participated in the past, and they have made it a success. It's back this year. Cerebration, BusinessLine Cerebration is back this year with its 18th edition. This time it'll be in a virtual format. And, I invite all you brainiacs, whether you're corporate executives, business professionals, B-school students, or MBA aspirants, to come and showcase your knowledge and, participate and compete with the best in the quizzing business in this country. You will not be, we will reward you well for your efforts. You stand a chance to win the most coveted intellectual title and take home prize money worth up to 1.5 lakh rupees. The first prize will get 75,000, the second prize 50,000, and the third 25,000. The format is such that you'll be asked to answer 25 questions to qualify for the regional rounds. From August 14th till 22nd, the top 6 teams from each regional round will compete to reach the finals. On 28th August, the winners of the regionals from the 6 cities will battle for the coveted title of the most brainy person in India, or the best quizzer in India, whichever way you want to see it. So come along, pitch your talent against the best in the business, and go back home with not just pride, but with also a lot of knowledge.
Well, that's a challenge that Sir has thrown to each one of us. The challenge of being the most brainy. Let's see in this battle of intellect and capability, who turns out and finishes as the brainiest of the lot that have gathered together. But at the very outset, a heartfelt thanks to our partners who made the Cerebration Corporate Quiz 2021 possible, starting with our title sponsor, Union Bank of India, powered by CFA Institute in association with Manage Engine. Thank you to each and every one of you. And now I have with me Mr. Manjunath Swami, CJ, DGM and Regional Head, Ernakulam Region of Union Bank of India. Sir, may I request you to cheer our participants for their fine performances till now and cheer them on for the competition today.
Organizers from Hindu BusinessLine, participants from various corners of Ernakulam, Kochi. Union Bank of India is proud to associate once again with BusinessLine celebration on this 18th edition, one of India's premier corporate quiz championships, this time in a virtual format involving the corporate executives, business professionals, B school students and MBA aspirants. BusinessLine quiz is held across 6 cities, as you are all aware: Chennai, Bengaluru, Hyderabad, Kochi, Mumbai and Delhi. This is the 7th year Union Bank of India has associated with BusinessLine quiz as per presenting sponsor. Youth and corporate is the key cluster which Union Bank of India is focusing its communication, and BusinessLine quiz is one of the key association of our brand is associated with. Secondly, we are also happy that this association provides a platform to showcase your knowledge and stand a chance to win the most coveted intellectual title and take home prize money worth rupees 1.5 lakhs, 75,000 rupees for the winners, 50,000 rupees for the runner-up and rupees 25,000 for the third place. Congratulations to each one of you on being selected from over 8,000 participants of the first round selection, and which started on 4th August, and for participating in one of the 6 city level semi-finals of BusinessLine Celebration quiz. For information of the participants, I would like to say a few words about our bank, Union Bank of India. Established in the year November 1999 in Mumbai, our corporate office was inaugurated by Mahatma Gandhi, the father of our nation, in 1921. Over a century, Union Bank has grown with around 9,300 branches at present, including the presence over 8 prominent overseas locations and around 12,000 ATMs, handling business of over rupees 15 lakh crores. As the mission of the bank goes to become the bank of first choice by building beneficial and lasting relationships with customers through a process of continuous improvement, Union Bank of India is proud to be a leader in technology, in this technology era. To be the first to introduce many of the technology products like mobile app, internet banking, mobile-based banking. At present, the customers can bank with Union Bank of India sitting at their place of choice. They need not visit the bank for any of their financial needs. Basel III compliant, Union Bank has been playing very proactive role in economic growth of the country, and it extends credit to the requirements of various sectors of the economy, especially MSME sector and the retail sector, personal segment also. In these times of pandemic, Union Bank has actively launched various flagship schemes also in tandem with the RBI directions for the business entities, retail customers, SHGs, and MSMEs and farmers. Responsive to the social commitments, Union Bank has always been in the forefront in financially including the downtrodden masses of the country, and we have secured many awards for this also. We at Union Bank of India wish each one of you participating here today all the very best. Wishing you happy Independence Day one day in advance. I conclude. Thank you, Anita.
Right. Thank you. Thank you so very much, sir. Thank you for those wonderful words of wisdom and encouragement and appreciation. I'm sure all our participants who've gathered here today would try to live up to the expectations that they've set for themselves, apart from the expectations that their near and dear ones, their colleagues, their families, friends, everybody has from them, from the Kochi region to qualify for the national final. And then the expectations perhaps will be reset for the title of the national champion. We've identified, like I said, we've already identified one qualifier in the national finals. 5 more will join him. One of them we'll get from today's competition. So one more time, welcome each one of you to the Kochi regional edition of the Hindu Business Line Cerebration Corporate Quiz 2021. 4 rounds of quizzing. I'll explain to you the rules of each round as and when we proceed. Let's start with round number 1. Okay, so this is round 1. It's called Truth Seeker. Question number 1, common to everyone on your screen. Here it is now. Nuvoco Vistas is a Nirma Group company headquartered in Mumbai. This Western Indian company became the cement manufacturer with the largest capacity in Eastern India by acquiring Lafarge India's cement assets in 2016 and then Imami Cement last year. Right, we have the first person on the buzzer, and that is Jis. Jis, true or false?
I'm going for false.
You're going for false. Passing to the next person on the buzzer, and that is Anand.
Agree.
Agree. Passes to the next person on the buzzer, and that is Siddharth. Agree or disagree with false?
Disagree.
Disagree. Okay, we'll see. So let's go back to Anand. Anand, why did you agree with false?
I think the first part is correct. It's a part of Nirma Group, but I'm not sure about the last part, that acquisitions and all.
Okay, hopefully Jis will be able to explain why he said false. Jis, why did you do that?
Just a random case, I guess.
Oh, you were playing the 50-50 game. Oh, yeah. Let's hope it doesn't cost you dearly because Siddharth doesn't agree with you. So let's see. Let's see what the right answer is. The right answer is indeed true, which means that's a -5 to Jis, that's a -5 to Anand, but it's a +10 and a wonderful +10 to Siddharth for giving that answer. That's well done. So this is how they became the largest player in Eastern India, or Western Indian company becoming the largest player by acquiring a couple of assets there. Well done there, Siddharth. That gets you 10 points, -5 to Anand, -5 to Jis. We move on to our next statement, common to everyone on the buzzer. Here it is now. Before Morarji Desai demonetized it in 1978, India's largest denomination banknote used to be the rupees 5,000 banknote. True or false? First on the buzzer is Jis again. Yes, Jis.
It's false.
You think this is false? Let's go to the next person on the buzzer, and that is Anand.
Agree.
Agree. Moving to the next person on the buzzer, and that is Sharath. Yes, Sharath, agree or disagree with false?
Yeah, I agree.
You agree. Okay, Sharath, why do you agree? Why do you think this is false?
No, I think it's like 10,000. 10,000 was the largest one.
You think it's the 10,000 rupee note? Let's see if that is correct. All 3 of you think this is false, which is correct. That's the answer that I was looking for. The highest banknote that we've ever had is a 10,000 rupee banknote, which was also demonetized alongside the 5,000 rupee note. So that was the part that I changed from 10,000 to 5,000. This question was brought to you by our sponsor, our title sponsor, Union Bank of India. Right, thank you to them, and well done to all 3 of you. So that's 10 to Jis, 6 to Anand, and 3 to Sharath. Well done. We'll move on to our next statement, number 3, common to everyone. Here it is on your screen now. In 1917, Dutch painter Theo van Doesburg launched the Dichtstyle magazine that would subsequently evolve into a huge art movement. This art movement has influenced the world of web architecture and product design. Let's see who's first on the buzzer. This is Jis again. Yes, Jis, true or false?
This is false.
This is false. Passes to the next person on the buzzer, that is Sharat.
I disagree.
You disagree with false. Passes to the third person on the buzzer, and that is Anand. Anand, you have to be quicker than
I disagree. I disagree.
You disagree. Okay, so Anand, you think this is true. So that means only Jis thought that this was false. So I'll have to ask Jis, why do you think this was false?
I'm not sure about the magazine.
Not sure about the magazine. You think it's some other magazine instead of this?
I think so. I've heard. Yeah.
Okay, let's take a look at the answer. The right answer is indeed true. So that's a -5, Jis. Well done there, Sharat and Anand. Sharat, you get 10. Anand, you get 6. And Jis, you get a -5. Right, so well done to the two of you, Sharat and Anand. This question was brought to you by Manage Engine, who is who's our partner, in whose association this quiz has been brought to you. Right, so 10 to Sharat, 6 to Anand, and -5 to Jis. Moving on to question number 4. The word blockchain appears only once in Satoshi Nakamoto's Bitcoin white paper. True or false? First on the buzzer is Jis, who's really playing with all these questions. Okay, Jis, true or false?
It's true. It's true.
It's true. Passes to the next person on the buzzer. That's Jameer. Yes, Jameer,
Yeah.
you agree, disagree with true?
I disagree.
You disagree. Passes to the next person on the buzzer, and that is Anand. Anand, agree, disagree with true?
I also disagree.
You also disagree. So Anand, you think this is false? Why?
Yeah, I think this one didn't come in Nakamoto's white paper. I think some different word came.
So the word blockchain didn't appear at all. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. The right answer is correct, right? So this is false. Not even once did the term blockchain appear in the paper. The words block and chain were used separately in Nakamoto's original white paper, but never really together. So that's well done to both Jameer and Anand. Jameer gets 10, Anand gets 6, and just really playing with fire, attempting all the questions on the very first go. But unfortunately, I think you've gotten more wrong than correct. That 50% probability isn't really working out, I guess. But your decision. Okay, so 10 to Jameer, 6 to Anand, -5 to Jis. We move on to next question, that is number 5. Czech Republic's Yakimov's Royal Mint House Museum is where the first ancestors of dollar were coined 500 years ago. Dollar derives its name from the local term for Yakim's Valley that the region was called in medieval period. True or false? On the buzzer first is Jameer.
I think it's true.
You think it's true. Moving on to the next person on the buzzer, and that is Anand.
I will agree to him.
You will agree with true. Moving on to the next on the buzzer, and that is Sharat.
I agree with Jameer.
You agree. So all three of you think this is true. Let's see if that is correct. I can't really ask you why for that, because that is correct. It came from Joachim's Cellar, which is Joachim's Valley. That's well done, all three of you. This question was brought to you by our title sponsor, Union Bank of India. That's 10 points to Jameer, 6 to Anand, and 3 to Sharat. All three of you scoring points on this one. Well done. Moving on, 3 questions remain. Here is number 6. These masks were designed for children who came to the Disneyland Resort, California, when it opened in 1955. True or false? Anybody on the buzzer? Right, first on the buzzer is Jameer. Jameer, true or false?
I think it's false.
You think it's false. Passing to the next person on the buzzer, and welcome to buzzing. This is Amrut. Amrut?
Yeah, I also agree. This is false.
You agree with false. Moving on to the next person, the third person in the order, and that is Sharat. Yes, Sharat?
I'll disagree.
You disagree. So both of them have said false, but you disagree. Okay, so let's go to Amrut. Amrut, why do you agree with false? Why do you think this is false?
I have a doubt with the year.
You have a doubt with the year. Okay, what does Jameer have to say? Why did Jameer say false in the first place?
Yeah, I think I have also a doubt with the year.
You have doubt
It's
with
not
the year. It's not 1955. Okay. Whatever your reason being, the reasoning that you've both given is incorrect, but the answer that I was concerned with is correct. This is indeed false. Although your reasoning was wrong, it had nothing to do with the year. These masks were nothing to do with Disneyland at all. They were, I mean, the only thing was that it used Mickey Mouse, of course. But apart from that, it wasn't anything to do with Disneyland. It was against a possible chemical warfare in the Second World War. So Jameer, nevertheless, that gets you 10. Amrut, that gets you 6. But Sharat, that gets you a -5, right? For disagreeing with them. Both of them said false. So 10 to Jameer, 6 to Amrut, -5 to Sharat. 2 questions remain in this round. Here is question number 7. This is from a poem, Hymn to Ninkasi, from the Mesopotamian mythology. Ninkasi is the tutelary goddess of true or false. First on the buzzer is Sharat this time.
Say true.
Say that again, please.
True.
True. Passes to the second person on the buzzer, and that is Jis. Yes, Jis.
I disagree.
You disagree. You don't think this is true. Okay. Passes to the next person on the buzzer, and that is Anand.
I agree.
You agree. You think this is true. So the only outlier in this case was Jis. Jis, why do you disagree?
I don't know. Okay.
Just it's going to be a rebel. Okay. All right. Let's see if your rebellion was in a good cause or not. As it turns out, it was in a good cause because she's the tutelary goddess of beer, not elixir. That's well done, Jis. 10-pointer for you. You were really looking for some positives there. You've accumulated a lot of negatives. On a perfect Saturday evening, you get an answer right on beer. So you know where you're headed after this quiz. But well done there. Jis, that's 10. Sharat -5. Anand -5. Okay. Final question of this round, common to everyone. Jennifer Doudna and Emmanuel Charpentier won the 2020 Nobel Prize in Chemistry. It was the first time a Nobel Prize in Sciences was shared by 2 women and no men. First on the buzzer is Jis. Yes, Jis.
This is true.
This is true. Let's see who's next. Next up is Jameer. Yes, Jameer.
Yeah, I agree with him. It's true.
You agree with him. Both of you think this is true. Let's see what the next person has to say. Next on the buzzer is Anand.
Yeah, agree.
All 3 of you agree. Let's see if this is correct. Is indeed true. That's the answer that I was looking for. Good answer there, Jameer. Good answer there, Jis, in order. Jis, that's well done. 10 points to you. Jameer, you agreed with him, so that gets you 6. And Anand, you agreed with both of them, so you get 3 points as well. If your strategy in this round was to play the 50-50 game, perhaps that's a strategy that is obsolete now because there won't be an option of playing 50-50 anymore. This time you'll really have to put your brains in high order thinking to eventually get the answers. Let's see if that works out for you. Time now for us to take a look at the scores after the end of round 1. So as it stands, Jameer is currently leading with a fair enough margin. He's currently at 36. Anand second at 17. Jis John's third at 15. Right, let's continue with our second round. Lots of questions still to be asked. Lots of answers to be gotten, extracted from our participants. I'm sure they'll give us lots of wonderful answers. Now, number 2. This round is called Friend in Need. All right, let's start. First question. She describes herself as a world traveler, skydiver, yoga instructor, hiker, adventurer. Recently on her Instagram, Nicole Smith Ludwig posted, "This is without a doubt one of the most amazing and exciting stunts I've ever done." What was she talking about, which many have questioned whether it was real or fake? So there is interest from Jis on the buzzer. So you can seek his help if you don't know the answer. Quick.
Okay, I'm. Oh, there is some. Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, quick. Do you want help or not?
Okay. So my answer is I'm not taking help. I'm going directly. This is the person who did the skydiving from the top of Burj Khalifa for Emirates ad, Fly Better ad.
All right, let's take a look if that is correct. Is correct. That's the answer that I was looking for. Good answer there, Amrut. Absolutely. She's the lady who was standing atop Burj Khalifa for the Fly Emirates ad, celebrating them being mentioned on the Amber list. That's well done, Amrut. There was help available, but you didn't care for it because you knew the answer absolutely perfectly. That's well done. Amrut, that gets you 10 points. We move on to our next question to Sharath.
Yeah.
Right, Sharath, here is your question. From their website, the group took off with the support and blessings of Guru Nanak Marketing in 1989, a company involved in the distribution of T-Series in Maharashtra. Now the company is known with what brand name? That is stylized version of the group's name. They set up this brand in 2013 after purchasing a manufacturing unit of what product in Korea before expanding into personal care in 2016. Sharath, there is help available from Anand. Sharath, take a decision.
I'll take the help.
You'll take help. Anand, what is your answer?
I think it's Mama Earth.
Okay. Sharath, Anand says Mama Earth. Accept or reject?
I'll reject.
You reject. All right. Before I declare anything, next person on the buzzer is Jis. Right, Jis, what is your answer?
Imami.
Say that again.
Imami.
Imami. All right. The time is up, Siddharth. Too late for you to hit the buzzer. You have to be in time. Right. The answer that came from everyone, both Anand as well as Jis, was incorrect. However, Siddharth, if you want to give the answer, please do that. No points.
Is it Siska?
Is it Siska? Let's see. That is correct. That's the answer that I was looking for. It comes from Sri Sant Kripa Alliances. They put a Y for yogi in the middle so that they could actually make it a more pronounceable Siska. And of course, they bought a LED manufacturing unit in Korea. And yeah, so this is Siska and LED. That's a -5 to Anand. Sharath, because you rejected incorrect help, you don't get any negative, so you're fine. Jis, you get a -5. So -5 Anand, -5 Jis, and that's about it. Moving on to our next question that will go to Siddharth. Siddharth, this is your direct? Okay, here's your question. Founded in 1965, the company claims to pioneer the industry in India. It underwent a change in its name in 1982 from bakeries to foods. It was the first company to be privatized by the government in 2000 and was sold to HUL. In 2016, it was sold to Everstone Capital, and in 2018 acquired Cookie Man. Which company, what industry? I need both parts. There is help available from Jis if you're interested.
I will take the help.
You will take the help. Okay, Jis, your help is needed. What is the answer? Which company, which industry?
This is modern breads.
Okay.
And
Jis, that's it. Don't say too much, Jis. Siddharth, Jis says modern breads. Accept or reject?
I will reject it.
You will reject it. Why are you rejecting it?
I don't.
You don't? It doesn't?
I don't think so.
For the sake of the question that you see here, I am sorry, Siddharth, that's a -5. Well done there, Jis. You really tried your best. You were trying to give additional clues. I don't know what you were about to say, but friendly advice. This is a competition. As healthy as I would want this competition to
No,
be.
I was gonna say about the industry. Okay, there were two parts, right?
Yeah, so modern and breads as the industry.
All right.
Yeah, okay. So anyway, but perhaps others could take note from here. Just give the answer and perhaps mute yourself. Don't say too much. Your job is done, right? So well done there, Jis. That's a +5. Siddharth, unfortunately, that's a -5 for rejecting a correct answer. Anand and others were interested, but obviously I can't pass to them. Moving on to our next question that will go to Jis. Jis, you're direct. Here's your question. Just you don't really have to press the buzzer. You're sitting in a position of about to attack, right? So you can sit back, relax, and try to give the answer. Don't press the buzzer on this one. Others on the buzzer. This is a question to Jis. Jis, your question. It was a coincidence that the 32-year-old and 62-year-old were both working from Lonavala when they first met in May of this year. A month later, the deal was announced where the former invested 1/3 of the sale money back in acquiring the latter at twice its valuation. Which deal is described? I need both answers. You have help available from Siddharth. Just did we just lose him? I guess we did. I will close this here. I don't know what Jis had to say, but I will pass this question to Siddharth for +5 and -5.
So this was the deal between PharmEasy and Thyrocare.
PharmEasy and Thyrocare is correct. That's the answer there. It is PharmEasy's Siddharth Shah and Thyrocare's A. Velumani. Good answer, Siddharth. That's a +5 for giving the answer on the buzzer. Okay, Anand, if you're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Here's your question, everybody else on the buzzer. The winner for the 2020 edition for this annual competition was from Mexico. It featured poet-writer Sor Juana Inés de la Cruz and the monarch butterfly Biosphere Reserve. In second place was an entry from Scotland. Third place was a tie between Northern Ireland, Bahamas, and Fiji. What award that is given on the basis of artistic merit, imaginative design, and an improved functional feature is this? Anand, as it stands, there is nobody showing any interest in helping you out. So perhaps you can just give the answer without worrying about the negatives. Quick, 3 seconds.
Yeah,
Okay, you have help available. You have help available. There is Sharath there. Do you want help? Anand?
Yes, I would take that.
You will take help?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, Sharath, what is your answer?
I would say this is for currencies.
Is that all that you have for the answer? The award for currencies.
Should I give more? Like
I don't know. Your answer is award for currencies.
design of currencies. So it all looks like that.
Okay. Do you have a better answer? No, that's very vague.
You want me to specify like a currency or something? I'll say it's Mexico. I'll say
what award for films? Right? You have to, I mean, for Anand to accept or reject, you have to give him something more. You can't say award for films. What award?
I'm saying like this is a design contest for featuring the next currency notes or something.
Do you have any
from Mexico? I'll say it's for Mexican currency.
Okay, so your answer to Anand is for Mexican currencies. Is that correct?
Yeah.
All right, Anand, accept or reject?
No, I reject.
Reject. That's well done. There are others interested on the buzzer, but that was too late. Your time was out, so I can't be passing it to Siddharth, who showed interest.
I think it was, I mean,
no.
1 second.
Sharath himself hit the buzzer when it was almost time up. So there was nobody really after him that I could pass the question to. I'm afraid, Sharath, your answer did not, perhaps was in the right direction, but did not quite include certain keywords that I was looking for, or I'm guessing which is why even Anand rejected, because there wasn't really anything left for him to actually accept from the answer that you were about to give. So I will have to close this. And Sharat, that's a -5. Anand, you don't lose anything. The right answer that I was looking for is the IBNS Banknote of the Year. The award is very specific. IBNS Banknote of the Year. Even if you would have said banknote, because in IBNS, the BN is essentially banknote. So it's the International Banknote Society. I would have given you points. I can't give points for currencies because, well, they are a subset of currencies, but I wanted it to be specific. I still stayed with you so that you could give me slightly more than what you were giving, but you couldn't. So as a result, I'll have to give you a -5, and that's it. Nothing to Anand. This question was brought to you by our title sponsor, Union Bank of India. Moving on to our final question of this round, that's to Jameer, who for some reason has been extremely silent in this round after accumulating a bunch of points in the first round. Let's see, Jameer, this is your direct. In 2008, in an interview, this person revealed the involvement of his 10-year-old son behind the name of his recently launched venture. Well, he came up with quite a few names like Ballbusters, Assassins, and Killers. I clearly told him that we definitely can't settle for Ballbusters. I explained to him the concept of passionate fighters, and later we unanimously decided on blank. Who's the person and what East Indian venture is this? So there is Siddharth who's available to help you out with the answer if you want his help. Jameer. Jameer, 6 seconds. Yeah. Do you want?
No, I don't want the help.
Okay, so what is your answer, Jameer?
Shah Rukh Khan and Kolkata Knight Riders.
Shah Rukh Khan and Kolkata Knight Riders. Let's see if that is correct. Is correct. That's the answer that I was looking for. Good answer. So the 10-year-old son in this case was Aryan. He was also particularly excited about his dad's new acquisition. So he said, how about we have Ballbusters as the name? Shah Rukh Bhai categorically said, nice try, but maybe something else. Right, so this is from an interview back in 2008 before the first season. Well done there, Jameer. That's +10 to you, and that's about it. That brings us to the end of round 2. We'll move on to our next round. We won't take a look at the scores right now. We'll take a look at the scores after the next round. Thank you to all our partners for making this event possible year after year. Now, finally, this event, this annual quizzing extravaganza, the premier corporate quizzing championship has become an adult. It's in its 18th edition. And from the early days of its 18th edition, it comes across as a very strong edition of competition. We've seen wonderful competition in the previous regional round that we did, and now we're seeing some fine performances from a couple of our participants here in the Kochi regional round. Halfway through into this regional round, we move on to our round number 3. This round is called Saving Grace. Let's start. First question, common to everyone on the buzzer. She was first created by the illustrator of Hagar the Horrible in 1944. In 1987, the creator of Pink Panther took a stab at the logo, transforming it into a human form. In 2019, the mascot won the first Pop Icon International Achievement Award during Advertising Week Latin America. Which company's mascot is this? First on the buzzer is Jameer. Yes, Jameer.
This is Chiquita Banana.
This is Chiquita Banana. Let's see if that is correct. Is indeed correct. That's the answer. Good answer there, Jameer. This is indeed Chiquita. One of the key hints there was Latin American Advertising Week as well. So well done, Jameer. That's a +10. Here is question number 2, round 3. This is the 10-year chart of USD exchange rate of what non-sovereign reserve asset that was introduced in 1969, is reevaluated every 5 years, and has an ISO 4217 code. First on the buzzer is JIS. Yes, JIS.
This is a Okay. Okay. I misfired. Okay. Sorry. Not time.
Sorry. All right. I'll move on to the next person on the buzzer, and that is Anand. Now, before Anand, you answer, Jis, will Anand be able to give the answer or no?
Yeah, I hope so.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he's betting on you, Anand. Anand, what is your answer?
I think it's silver.
Silver. Jis, that's a -5 to you. Let's move on to the next person on the buzzer. Who's next? Next up is Siddharth. Before Siddharth, you answer, Anand, will Siddharth be able to give the right answer?
I hope so.
All right, so you're saying yes as well. Okay, Siddharth, what is your answer?
I think this is gold.
Gold. I'm afraid there's nobody else after you, Siddharth, so I can't give you a chance of being saved. That's a -5 Jis, -5 Anand, -5 Siddharth. The good thing about this specific question was that, you know, it's nice to know that everybody's betting on each other, that please give an answer, please give an answer, instead of thinking that this guy, the person after me will not be able to give the answer. So that's nice. It's a nice, healthy, friendly competition of quizzing, which is something that I always enjoy witnessing and conducting even. Right, so for the moment, the answer that I was looking for, introduced in 1969, reevaluated every 5 years, also has an ISO 4217 code. It's a non-sovereign reserve asset, and that is the XDR or the IMF special drawing rights. So this is the IMF special drawing rights. The current exchange rate is somewhere around 1.4. It obviously changes every day, but for some time it's been around 1.4, that figure. This question was brought to you or powered by CFA Institute, right? Hard luck to all three of you. To Siddharth, Jis, and Anand, all three of you get a -5. We move on to our next question on the buzzer. Now, the then President and Prime Minister are seen here pressing the button to launch what initiative, marking the end of a 17-year wait? To launch what initiative? We have Siddharth who's on the buzzer. Yes, Siddharth.
Is it GST?
GST. Let's see if that is correct. There's nobody after you. Is correct. This is indeed the goods and services tax. This is an iconic picture from that day in summer of 2017 in the Parliament Central Hall. The two of them pressing a buzzer, launching one nation, one tax, goods and services tax. Good answer there, Siddharth. That's a +10 to you. Very good. Here is question number 4 on the buzzer. After running it on the same technology, two-part question, I need both. After running it on the same technology for 51 years, the United States Air Force decided to shift its Strategic Automated Command and Control System, or SACS, that is used to manage their nuclear arsenal to a highly secure solid-state digital storage solution. What 8-inch solution were they using, and what feature of it made it so impregnable? First on the buzzer is Sharath. Yes, Sharath?
Yeah, they were using floppies. So
they were using
floppies.
Okay.
Floppy disks.
And what feature made it so impregnable?
So it can be erased, and it's so outdated.
It is outdated, which is why it is impregnable.
And nobody uses floppy disk anymore, something like that.
Nobody uses it, so it's impregnable. That's your answer?
Yeah, I'll go with it.
And you say floppy. Okay. Sharath, let's move on to the next person on the buzzer. Let's see who's next. Is Amrut. Sharath, will Amrut be able to give the right answer? Yes or no?
I'll say no.
You'll say no. Okay. Amrut, what is your answer? Amrut, quick.
I'll also say floppy for this one.
And what makes it so impregnable?
What made it impregnable? I guess
I'll have to close this.
I'm not sure of that. No.
All right. Okay, Sharath, Well done, you don't get any negatives. Amrut, let's move on to the next person on the buzzer, and that is... Okay, Amrut, will Jis be able to give the right answer?
No.
No. Okay, Jis. Yes.
Yeah, ma'am. The first part is floppy disk, and maybe because floppy went out of the production manufacturing, and
well, more or less that is what Sharath also said. So Amrut, you don't get any negatives, and Jis, there is nobody else after you, so you get a -5. Right, so in this question, it's only Jis that gets a -5. Like I said, I needed both parts. Of course, the 8-inch solution, which was floppy, was easier. But the reason that makes it so unhackable is because it's air-gapped, or the fact that there is no IP address, it's not connected to the internet, so it cannot be hacked. Unless you're actually in possession of the floppy, you're in possession of the local area network of where the nuclear code possessing floppy disk is. Right, so that's the answer that I was looking for. I needed you to say no IP address or perhaps can't be connected to the internet, and not the fact that it's not produced. I mean, so a hacker perhaps still has possession of some kind of hacking technology. If the floppy is connected to the internet, can still hack it, whether or not floppies are produced or not, that doesn't matter. Okay, so just -5 to Jis, nothing to Sharath, nothing to Amrut. This one was pretty interesting. Just on the last question, I was like, oh, it's so nice. You know, we're all doing kumbaya here. Everybody's banking on everybody else. And the moment I say it, everybody's like, no, they won't answer. No, they won't answer. That was funny. Thank you for the humor, everyone. A joint effort for the humor. Anyway, 2 questions in this round. We move on to the next one. That's number 5. Doctors Amy O'Sullivan, Audrey Cruz, Chica Stacy Oriuba, Jacqueline Goes de Jesus, Kirby Whitby, and Sarah Gilbert have all been honored as role models, with the proceeds going to Professor Gilbert's chosen organization, Women in Science and Engineering. Which newly released range of a brand has honored these pandemic heroes? First on the buzzer is Anand. Yes, Anand.
I would say these are characters released by Barbie dolls. They were pandemic heroes because some of them were doctors, some of them were nurses, and they have been doing work for COVID-19. So that's why this has been released by Barbie dolls.
So your answer is newly released range of brand is Barbie. Let's see if that is correct. Is indeed correct, right? That's the answer that I was looking for. Good answer there, Anand. That's a +10. Very well done. That's the answer, Barbie. So that's right in the middle is Dr. Sarah Gilbert, who's credited with creating the AstraZeneca vaccine. Well done there, Anand. 10 points to you. Final question of this round on your screen now. What word derived from a Greek word meaning steer, navigate, or govern did Norbert Wiener coin and use as the title of this book, thus introducing one of the computer age's most widely used prefixes? The book is subtitled Or Control and Communication in the Animal and Machine. First on the buzzer is Sharath from Optisol. Yes, Sharath?
The book is called Cybernetics, I think. So cyber is the sub-prefix.
Can you be a little louder, please?
Cybernetics.
Cybernetics. That's your answer. Let's see if that is correct. Is indeed correct. That's the answer. Good answer there, Sharath. It is indeed cybernetics. Comes from the Greek from kyberno. This question was brought to you by our partners. This quiz is brought to you in association with Manage Engine. That brings us to the end of 3 rounds. We'll take a look at the scores after the end of the penultimate round and see where all our participants are stacked on the scoreboard. Right now, we have Jameer, who's leading with a score of 56 points, still building on his lead that he started out with after the end of round 1. And then it's a very close competition amongst the rest of the participants, starting with Anand, who's currently on 17. Then we have Amrut, who's on 16. Then it's Siddharth, who's on 15, and Sharath on 11, and Jis John on 5. So those are the scores. After the end of the penultimate round, we move on to our final round. All right, let's move on to the next round, the final round of today's program. This round is called Double Trouble. Here is the crossword that you're solving. We'll go in order. So we'll start with one down. Okay, so that's the answer. It's a fairly long answer that I'm looking for. One down, common to everyone on the buzzer. Here it is now. I'm looking for a company. National Stock Exchange, Udemy, Acco, Paperboat, Manipal Global, etc. are the logs that bind together which VC and PE firm founded in 2016. That's your question. NSE, Udemy, Acco, Paperboat, Manipal Global are the logs that bind together which VC and PE firm founded in 2016. It's been in the news also lately. Just in time, we have Anand who's hit the buzzer. Yes, Anand.
Just a guess. I'm taking a chance. It's is it Carmen Ventures? Carmen Ventures.
So the 9 there indicates the number of letters, by the way. So it obviously is not correct, because however you want to spell Carmen, I don't think you can reach 9 letters. Okay. There are others on the buzzer as well, but your buzzer came in too late. So I will only end it with Anand's answer. And that was incorrect, Anand, which means you get a -5. The answer that I was looking for is catamaran. Comes from kattumaram, which means logs bound together in Tamil, which is the kind of hint that I gave when I said these are the logs that bind together which VC and PE firm. I did try to help you out with that answer. Been in the news lately because of the end of joint venture between Cloudtail Retail and Amazon. So catamaran is, the principal founder is Mr. Narayan Murthy. And now they're ending their partnership with Amazon. All right, so let's place catamaran. This is where it's placed. We move on to 2 across. It's a 4-letter answer that I'm looking for. All right, so just a 4-letter short and sweet answer. It's actually an abbreviation that goes into the crossword. Okay, so it's a 4-letter acronym or abbreviation. Here is your question. I'm looking for the agency. Founded in 1955, it is an autonomous body under the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. Last year, I already have the buzzer, and that is Siddharth. Yes, Siddharth.
I was supposed to say Seva, SEWA.
Your answer is Seva. I'm afraid that is incorrect. So that's a -5, Siddharth. Do we have anybody else on the buzzer yet, or should I continue? We do. We have Anand who's on the buzzer. Yes, Anand.
Sorry.
Well, you tried to press the buzzer, but the time is up. I will complete the question. Founded in 1955, this is an autonomous body under the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. Last year, it was merged with 3 other entities in a similar domain into one to ensure synergy and efficiency in the industry. Identify this entity that uses the slogan, promoting every blank's right to entertainment. Does anybody want to take a guess? No points? No?
No.
Okay, fine. I'll close this. The right answer is Children's Film Society of India, the Films Division, the Directorate of Films Festival, the National Film Archives of India, and the Children's Film Society India have all been merged with the NFDC, right? So this is the Children's Film Society India. This is where it is placed. Now we move to 3 down, which is the F in CFSI. All right, so it's a 6-letter answer that I'm looking for. Starts with the letter F. Here is your question. I'm looking for the name. Starts with the letter F. As highlighted by Nick Bhatia in his latest book, Layered Money, which gold coin maintained its design and content, thus extending its credibility for 3 centuries. Its consistency led to the coin becoming an international monetary standard, with Europeans pricing their wealth in it. Please identify. starts with the letter F, 6 letters. Waiting for Anand has gone for it on the buzzer. Yes, Anand.
I'll double it.
Your answer is?
Femura. Femura.
Is incorrect, Anand. That's a -10. But kudos to the effort, because I understand there's a bit of scoreboard pressure also in your decision to double your answers. I'm afraid that is incorrect. Nobody else showing any interest on the buzzer. The right answer that I was looking for is Florin. This is Florin from the Florence Mint, right? So for three centuries, everybody in Europe, in medieval Europe, would price their net worth and value their items for trade in florin. That's how reliable the Florence Mint was. This question was brought to you by our title sponsors, Union Bank of India. Thanks to them, we brought this quiz to you yet again this year. Now let me place florin. All right, now we move on to 4 across, ends with the letter A. It's a short answer, ends with the letter A. 4 across. Here's your question. Name of the exhibition is what I'm looking for. In 1985, the designer and art curator Rajiv Sethi organized an exhibition at the National Mall in Washington, D.C. with support from the Handicraft and Handloom Corporation of India, ITDC, and Coromandel Fertilizers. It was inspired by a large gathering of people who temporarily came together at a culturally appropriate time and place. Thus, what was the apt title of this exhibition? 4 letters, ends with the letter A. You can just work it out if you want. Right, we have Sharat from Optisol who's gone for it. Yes, Sharat.
Make a double, so I'll guess this. So this would be Mela.
You're doubling and you're guessing while doubling, and your answer is Mela. Let's see if that is correct. Is indeed correct. Yes. That's the answer. Well done there, Sharat. Actually, I mean, I'm not sure if you really knew of this, but from your body language, it indicated that you've really worked your way around this question. That's well done. Tell me I'm wrong, Sharat.
Yeah, right. It's an exhibit, so I was thinking of possible answers.
Yeah, this I agree. This could have only been this could have been the only way to make this an appropriate name for an exhibition like this. So kudos to Rajiv Sethi. Well done to Sharat for collecting 10 points on this. It is indeed Mela. So we've placed Mela, and now we move on to 5 across. Longish answer, 2 alphabets revealed, A and R. Okay, A and R. Here is your question. I'm looking for a term. So, yeah, South Korea recently announced an alliance of local companies to foster development of certain technologies and the ethics of such environments. The alliance is about what portmanteau term coined in a 1992 book by this person individual about a virtual real estate owned by Global Multimedia Protocol Group. That's obviously a fictional organization. So we have buzzers coming in. First on the buzzer is Siddharth.
Is this metaverse?
Is this metaverse? Who's this person?
I don't know. I mean, it put A and R just.
A and R is correct. That's the answer. He is Neil Stephenson. Coined the word metaverse in the book Snow Crash from 1992. That's well done, Siddharth. The fact that you didn't double means that you only get a 5. Yeah, a bit of face palm moment there. Actually, not really a face palm, a more aggressive face palm, if I can call it that. But nevertheless, well done, Siddharth. This question was brought to you by our partners, Manage Engine. So thanks to them, they've made this quiz possible. They've made this wonderful competition possible. We have 2 more questions to go. I've placed metaverse. Now we will go to 6 across, and it is a 6-letter answer. The 5th letter is A. The 5th letter is A. Here is your question. I'm looking for a term that connects these images. This innovation or engineering coined by Carlos Ghosn, is the process of reducing the complexity and cost of a good and its production by mostly removing non-essential features. Right, on the buzzer, we have Amrut who's gone for it. What is this term?
Okay, I'd like to double on this one.
All right.
I'm guessing frugal. F-R-U-G-A-L. Frugal.
All right, you've worked it out. You think the alphabets fit with the placement of A as the fifth letter. Your answer is frugal. I will complete my question. It is the process of reducing the complexity and cost of a good and its production by mostly removing non-essential features. In Santa Clara University School of Engineering, there is an innovation hub dedicated to it. What innovation or engineering example are these? Your answer is frugal. Let's see if that is correct. That is indeed correct. So this is frugal engineering or frugal innovation. This question was again brought to you by our partners, Manage Engine. Well done there, Amrut. Because you doubled, you got 10 points as a result. Very good. Okay, so frugal has been placed as well. And now we move on to our final question. It is a 9-letter answer with the 5th letter N. 9 letters with 5th letter N. Here is your question, the final question of the Kochi regional round. I'm looking for the company. Since 2019, which company, and I already have a buzzer. Who's gone for it on the buzzer? This is Anand. Yes, Anand.
Is it related to Sarapova, Sugarpova, something?
That is incorrect, Anand. That's a -5. Let's see if there's anybody else on the buzzer. We do have Siddharth who's gone for it. Yes, Siddharth.
I will double this. This is
okay, you will double again, and your answer is?
Robin Hood.
Robin Hood. My question, since 2019, which company runs this newsletter and podcast that has over 30 million subscribers and 40 million downloads respectively? Your answer is Robin Hood. That is correct. This is Robin Hood Snacks that calls itself digestible financial news. That's well done, Siddharth. Another 10-pointer coming your way. You've given another, you doubled on Metaverse. You doubled on Robin Hood as well.
No, I didn't double on Metaverse.
Oh, you didn't double. Sorry, I'm sorry. Oh, it was frugal where Amrut doubled. I'm sorry about that confusion. So in this case, Siddharth, you get 10 points, and that brings us to the end of this round and what has been a wonderful Kochi regional round. We will take a look at the final scores. We will declare the results. But before that, I'd like to thank our partners who've made this quiz possible, starting with our title sponsor, Union Bank of India. A heartfelt thank you to you. Of course, the program is powered by CFA Institute, which also powered the last question that I asked, of course, in association with Manage Engine. That's it. From all of us here at the Hindu Business Line Celebration Corporate Quiz 2021 regarding the questions and the answers, let's take a look at the final scores and see who will qualify and compete against the participant from TCS in the national final on the 28th of August representing Kochi region. The scoreboard on your screen now. In third place is Siddharth with that answer towards the end, finishes third with a score of 25, but well done finishing third amongst 400 plus participants who attempted from the Kochi region. In second place, Amrut, congratulations to you as well. Very safe play, but in a quiz of this magnitude, perhaps you need to take a bit of risks, just like our leader and eventual winner did. Congratulations, Jameer KB from QCollective Knowledge Solutions. You're our winner from the Kochi regional round. Congratulations. Well done, Jameer. You qualify for the national final. So we have one participant from TCS, one participant from QCollective Knowledge Solutions in the national finals. We're now looking for 4 more participants. Who are those participants? We'll find out as we proceed, as this bandwagon proceeds. The Hindu Celebration, the Hindu Business Line Celebration Corporate Quiz 2021 wagon continues its journey onwards to our next segment, that is Hyderabad. right? I will see all of you in the next edition, in the next regional round. Until then, goodbye. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you in the next regional round. Bye-bye, everyone.